What should Vegas do?
Well, I think, I'd be surprised if Pete Carroll made it the day. I think Vegas needs to figure out how they're going to be set up going forward. Um, I think Tom Brady's got to learn how to run a football team. And it sounds weird coming from me. You know what I mean? It's the greatest player of all time. So I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like an idiot saying that, but I do think that there's parts of it that, people who work there saw as
Well, no,
blind
no. There's
spots
a
for him.
difference between
There's
running
a
an
huge
offense.
difference. I mean, John
Yes.
Elway, I could just tell you this, John Elway, when he got back to Denver in 2011, he eventually became kind of difficult to work for, but at the beginning, like there was a very real acknowledgement on John's part of what he didn't know, and he really rolled his sleeves up and learned how to scout and how to evaluate. And like that, that isn't as simple as like, yeah, well, I played in the league for a couple of decades, so I have an idea of what I'm looking at. Of course you do, but it's not the same thing as building a team and managing a football operation. So, as going forward, what's his role in all of that? Is he committed to learning to run the show? Because a lot of people there refer to him as the boss, whether, he's there day to day or not, and he's not there day to day. A lot of people there look at him as the boss of the football operation. So there's that piece of it. How does Alex Guerrero fit into that? There's a bunch of people in that building who report to Alex Guerrero. How does John Spytek, the general manager, I expect he'll be back. What's his role in picking the coach, and then how does the coach fit into the mosaic of all of that? I think like a huge part of the issue this year was they kind of pieced everything together, right? Like, so it was like, all right, like let's put together an all-star staff. Like we love Pat Graham as the DC. He's going to work with Pete Carroll, who, by the way, has run a completely different defensive system. And now, like, let's go get Chip Kelly out of Ohio State for $6 million per year, and let's show our might. And we can go and get these sorts of guys now. It's a new day for the Raiders. Well, how did all those pieces fit together? I think that's the biggest piece of this is like, so now with Tom Brady, ostensibly like the guy who is in charge, what does that look like going forward? And how do all those pieces fit together? To me, that's the biggest piece of what I think will be a coaching search coming up here in the next few days and weeks is like, how does the coach fit into what you've built otherwise? Are you reconfiguring any of what you've already got there? There are big picture questions that the Raiders need to answer, and obviously a very, very big decision coming in April when it comes to what to do with the first overall pick.